I got talking the other day to an absolute beast in property. If I said his name, a lot of the people from the industry would know who he is, so I'm not going to say his name. And he was pretty impressed with what I was doing. Although I'm working on sizable deals compared to some people, I'm working on 5, 10, 15, 20 million pound plus deals. Him and his company are working on 100 million pound, 150 million pound, 50 million pound deals. Maybe age is a factor, maybe because I'm a lot younger. Maybe that was sort of impressive. And I think also is that I don't operate with a big team, we're quite a small compact team. And the deals that I do are often a limited number of people, so it's just maybe it could just be myself and my company doing a deal, or it could be bringing a high net worth individual or JV partner. Don't need to act or have institutional investors or other companies or large capital partners to do your thing and to do well. But I never grew up in that sort of industry. I left university, went straight into doing lettings and management, and then kind of evolved into working on property development projects. So I've never had that formal training, worked for any of these big firms or anything. Even dealing with some of the people from there, I think, yeah, some of them are cool, they're experienced, they're good at what they do, but it's not their money on the line, they're not doing the deal. How involved are you? You can work on it. You can work on a £10 million transaction, or you can be the person that owns a £10 million transaction and has equity in it. I know who I'd rather be. I've learned it from the ground up. It's been pretty raw, and for the most part it still is. I think I appreciate my way of doing things way more than the formal way. I think that's why it's frustrating sometimes dealing with external parties like solicitors or consultancies or agencies. If the solicitor doesn't really understand the ins and outs of the transaction, how can they determine what's a good figure for the option sum? So that can be annoying sometimes. So again, it's about working with the vendor directly, saying, look, my risk is 80k, your risk is 0. Someone's holding, all right, I've got a restriction on your title, so I've got the exclusivity period to go out there and get planning permission on your property. But if you don't have any plans for the property anyway, and you don't intend to sell for a long period of time, and you're only interested because of this high purchase price, this strike price, so this high-end purchase price that I'm going to pay you on the subject I get a planning permission that's acceptable to me, then it's a deal. That's something that's annoying sometimes. Some solicitors get it straight away. It just depends. I mean, it's not to say I don't pay option sums. I've paid really high option sums, but the deal has to be commensurate with that. So the level of risk needs to match up with everything else within the transaction. So it may not even come down to money, it may come down to a certain term in a contract. And obviously these deals, any deals with owners, for obvious reasons, need to be written, and any legal document or agreement that's been struck with any vendor needs to be reviewed by solicitors. You need to protect the transaction. So I would never do a deal with a vendor or anybody without having a written agreement, because both parties need to be protected, and we don't want any potential confusion about what the intentions of the transaction are and what's involved. So that's another key thing.